Have you ever been told that pumpkin seeds are one of the healthiest snacks you can eat? Rich in magnesium, zinc, and antioxidants, it sounds like the perfect food, right? But here's the truth that no one is telling you: when eaten the wrong way, or combined with certain habits, pumpkin seeds can quietly trigger irreversible changes in your body. Especially if you're over 60, your metabolism, hormones, and digestion no longer respond the way they did decades ago. What once gave you strength might now be silently working against you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to uncover the 8 most common mistakes people make with pumpkin seeds. Mistakes that can interfere with your hormones, inflame your gut, and even weaken your immune system. And yes, one of these mistakes is so common that it's found in nearly every packaged healthy snack sold in US stores. If you've noticed bloating, joint stiffness, unexplained fatigue, or even sleep disturbances after eating superfoods like pumpkin seeds, it's not in your head, it's your body warning you. Because the same compounds that help your body heal can also, when handled wrong, start a chain reaction that your body can't reverse easily. So before you grab that next handful of pumpkin seeds, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will not only know what those 8 mistakes are, but also how to fix them before they cost you your health. If you're serious about protecting your body and aging strong, hit that subscribe button, because this might just be the most important food lesson you learn this year. Most people believe that eating pumpkin seeds straight from the bag is the best way to get all their nutrients. But what if I told you that those raw seeds might actually be stealing nutrients from your body instead of giving them? This is one of the most overlooked mistakes that silently sabotages your health, especially if you're over 60 and trying to support your heart, bones, and immune system naturally. You see, raw pumpkin seeds are coated with compounds called phytates or phytic acid. They're what we call anti-nutrients, molecules that bind tightly to minerals like zinc, magnesium, calcium, and iron, preventing them from being absorbed in your digestive tract. So you might think you're boosting your mineral intake, but what's really happening is a slow depletion. Over time, this can lead to symptoms like muscle weakness, brittle nails, poor wound healing, or even that frustrating tired but can't sleep pattern so many older adults face. Now, here's where it gets deeper. As we age, our stomach acid naturally declines, and stomach acid is crucial for breaking down phytates. So for people in their 50 seconds, 60 seconds, or beyond, eating raw pumpkin seeds without soaking them first becomes a double hit. Fewer minerals coming in, and weaker digestion to extract what's left. It's like trying to refuel your car with a clogged hose. The tank never really fills. But there's more. The same phytic acid that binds minerals also blocks digestive enzymes, especially amylase and trypsin, 2 that help break down carbohydrates and proteins. That's why many people notice bloating, heaviness, or even heartburn after eating a healthy handful of seeds. The body's natural repair mechanisms start slowing down because the enzymes it needs are being locked away by the very food meant to nourish it. So what's the solution? Soaking. Just as ancient cultures instinctively did with grains and legumes, soaking pumpkin seeds for 8 to 10 hours in warm, slightly salted water neutralizes most of these enzyme inhibitors. Then drying or lightly roasting them at low heat, not high, makes the nutrients available, the texture enjoyable, and the digestion effortless. This one small ritual can completely transform how your body utilizes pumpkin seeds, turning them from a nutrient thief into a nutrient powerhouse. But here's the real warning. Many people try to fix this by roasting the seeds at high temperatures, thinking heat kills phytic acid faster. It doesn't. Instead, it triggers a new chain reaction that damages the healthy fats and antioxidants inside the seed, creating something far worse than phytic acid, a hidden source of inflammation that can age your body from within. And that leads us straight into mistake second, which might be the single most common way healthy eaters unknowingly turn their superfood into a source of silent inflammation. If you've ever roasted pumpkin seeds until they turn golden and crunchy, thinking you're making them tastier or more digestible, you're not alone. But here's the truth that most people never realize until it's too late. That nutty aroma you love might actually be the smell of their nutrients dying. You see, pumpkin seeds are loaded with healthy fats, especially polyunsaturated fatty acids, the same fats that protect your heart, reduce inflammation, and keep your brain sharp. The problem is that these fats are extremely sensitive to heat. When you roast your seeds at high temperatures, anything above 170 degrees Celsius, 340 degrees Fahrenheit, you start to oxidize these fats. In simpler terms, they begin to burn, releasing compounds called lipid peroxides, which are unstable molecules that attack your cells like rust eating through metal. This oxidative stress can silently damage your liver, joints, and arteries. Over time, it contributes to what scientists call inflammaging, chronic low-grade inflammation that accelerates the aging process. So while you think you're snacking on something that supports your heart, you could actually be feeding the very inflammation that weakens it. But it doesn't stop there. The same heat that destroys those delicate oils also breaks down vitamin E, one of the most powerful antioxidants your body uses to protect cell membranes. Without vitamin E, your immune cells weaken, your skin loses elasticity, and your energy crashes more often. That's why some people notice that roasted or commercial seeds leave them feeling heavy, bloated, or tired afterward. The body is literally fighting the byproducts of oxidation. Now, imagine doing this day after day, year after year. Even small amounts of these oxidized fats add up, like micro scratches on your arteries or brain tissue. And once this damage builds, it's nearly impossible to reverse completely. So what should you do instead? Go low and slow, lightly roast your soaked seeds at no more than 250 degrees Fahrenheit, 120 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes, just enough to make them crisp but not scorched. Or better yet, air dry them under gentle warmth. That way the healthy fats, zinc, and vitamin E stay intact, and you actually get the healing benefits pumpkin seeds are known for. But there's another trap many people fall into right after fixing this one. They think, well, if I'm roasting them correctly, I can eat as much as I want. And that's where the next mistake begins. A slow daily overload that silently shifts your body's fatty acid balance, creating inflammation from the inside out. So before you make pumpkin seeds your everyday snack, let's uncover mistake third, and it's one of the most deceptive of all. The hidden imbalance that can quietly inflame your system even when everything else looks healthy on the surface. When something is healthy, our instinct is simple. More must be better. But that mindset is exactly what turns even the best foods into silent saboteurs. And pumpkin seeds are a prime example. On paper, pumpkin seeds look perfect, rich in zinc, magnesium, healthy fats, and plant-based protein. But here's the catch. They're also extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids, and that's where the problem begins. Omega-6s are essential, yes, but only when balanced with enough omega-3s. When that ratio tips too far in favor of omega-6, it ignites a biochemical fire in your body called chronic inflammation. Now, in your younger years, your body could buffer this imbalance easily. But after 60, the natural antioxidant systems slow down. The liver clears damaged fats more slowly, and your cells become less resilient. So eating pumpkin seeds every single day, especially without foods rich in omega-3s like salmon, flaxseed, or walnuts, can slowly push your body toward that inflammatory state. The signs are subtle at first. Morning stiffness, slower recovery after exercise, foggier thinking, or that dull fatigue that coffee can't fix. But inside, the cell membranes are stiffening, the arteries are losing flexibility, and insulin sensitivity begins to decline. Research now connects excess omega-6 consumption to joint pain, memory decline, and even type 2 diabetes. Not because of sugar alone, but because these fats signal your body to stay in a constant state of alert. And when the body stays in inflammation mode too long, it can't repair itself properly. That's why so many people say, I'm eating healthy, but I still feel off. The imbalance is hidden in the very foods they think are helping. The solution isn't to stop eating pumpkin seeds, it's to rotate and pair them wisely. Have them only 3 to 4 times a week. And when you do, pair them with foods high in omega-3s or anti-inflammatory nutrients. A drizzle of olive oil, a piece of salmon, or even a few chia seeds. This simple balancing act can reset your body's fatty acid ratio and calm that silent inflammation before it hardens into something worse. But here's where the real danger comes in. Because most people, once they get used to the taste and crunch, start snacking on handfuls daily, often while watching TV or replacing a meal. And over time, this habit doesn't just cause inflammation. It starts to overload your liver and gallbladder, setting off a chain reaction that affects digestion, metabolism, and even hormone conversion. That brings us to the next silent mistake, one that often hides under the label of healthy portion. Yet it's the very reason so many people feel bloated, sluggish, and uncomfortable after eating something so small. Let's uncover mistake fourth, ignoring portion size, the hidden healthy overdose. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Even the healthiest food becomes toxic when the body can't handle its load. And pumpkin seeds, despite their long list of benefits, are no exception. The problem isn't the seed, it's the amount. Because in the name of health, many people have quietly replaced their snacks with handful after handful of these super seeds, unaware that each bite may be overworking their digestive system in ways they can't see until the signs begin showing up. Think about it. One small cup of pumpkin seeds contains nearly 700 calories, dense with fat and protein. For someone in their 20s with a roaring metabolism, the body can burn through it quickly. But after 60, digestion slows, bile production decreases, and enzyme output from the pancreas weakens. So instead of being converted into energy, that dense fat starts lingering, fermenting, bloating, and taxing the liver and gallbladder. Many people notice it without realizing why. That post-meal heaviness, that sudden feeling of fullness that lasts for hours, or even mild nausea after eating too healthy. The gallbladder's job is to release bile to emulsify fat. But when the bile is sluggish, those fats aren't broken down properly. Over time, this creates what doctors call biliary congestion, where fats, even good fats, begin straining the system. And in the long run, that can affect hormone production, since cholesterol and fats are the raw materials for estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. So yes, too many pumpkin seeds can actually lead to hormonal sluggishness, leaving you feeling tired, moody, or mentally foggy. And here's another overlooked fact. Pumpkin seeds are rich in fiber, which is great in moderation but dangerous in excess. Too much can trap water in the intestines, slow movement, and cause that stubborn belly bloating many mistake for weight gain. Worse, if you're not drinking enough water, that fiber can backfire, binding minerals and blocking nutrient absorption. So what's the right amount? Around 2 tablespoons a day, not 2 handfuls. And always eat them after a balanced meal, not on an empty stomach. When combined with protein or vegetables, the digestion slows gently and nutrients are better absorbed. But here's the dangerous loop. People feel better after switching from chips to pumpkin seeds, so they double the dose. Then, weeks later, they start feeling bloated, achy, or fatigued and can't figure out why. It's the body signaling that even nature's gifts have limits. Yet even those who fix their portion sizes often stumble on the next pitfall, something so subtle it hides in plain sight. It's not about how much you eat this time, but what you eat with it. Because one common combination, praised as healthy, can completely sabotage your digestion and trigger a hormonal storm that makes your body react the exact opposite way you intend. That's what we'll reveal next in Mistake 5th, combining pumpkin seeds with dairy or sugary snacks. It sounds innocent enough. A handful of pumpkin seeds sprinkled over your morning yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or mixed with a sweet trail mix. After all, that's what most healthy recipes suggest, right? But here's the shocking truth. When you combine pumpkin seeds with dairy or sugar, you quietly trigger a chemical clash inside your digestive system that can disrupt hormones, spike insulin, and set off inflammatory cascades that your body can't easily reverse, especially after 60. Let's break it down. Pumpkin seeds are dense in protein, fats, and minerals, nutrients that require a longer, slower digestive process. Dairy, on the other hand, contains lactose, a natural sugar, and casein, a protein that demands its own set of enzymes. When these two are eaten together, your stomach has to release different types of digestive juices at once, some acidic, some alkaline. The result? A confused digestive environment where neither food breaks down properly. Instead of nourishing you, it starts fermenting, producing gas, bloating, and over time, low-grade inflammation in the gut lining. Now add sugar into that equation, even from honey, sweetened yogurt, or dried fruit, and you have a perfect storm. Sugar rushes into the bloodstream far faster than the fats and proteins from the seeds can be digested. Your pancreas responds by releasing insulin to bring sugar levels down, but that insulin also locks fat into storage mode. So instead of burning the healthy fats from your pumpkin seeds, your body stores them, often around the belly and liver. And here's the hidden danger. Insulin spikes don't just affect weight. They also disturb magnesium and zinc absorption, two minerals pumpkin seeds are rich in. Over time, this creates the illusion that you're eating healthy. Yet your lab results show deficiencies, mood swings, and rising blood sugar levels. Many seniors unknowingly fall into this trap because they're following wellness trends that ignore basic food chemistry. There's another layer to this. Lactose intolerance increases with age. Studies show that after 50, the body naturally produces less lactase enzyme, meaning dairy digestion becomes more difficult. Combine that with the fibrous texture of seeds, and your gut starts struggling. The result is heaviness, reflux, or unpredictable bowel habits, all because of a healthy combo gone wrong. The simple solution: keep your pumpkin seeds away from dairy and sugar. Eat them as part of a savory snack, or add them to salads or steamed vegetables. This pairing allows the fats and minerals to work synergistically with fiber and antioxidants, helping regulate blood sugar, not spike it. But even after fixing your food combinations, there's one more trap that nearly everyone falls into, a modern danger hidden in bright packaging and labeled as roasted, salted, and ready to eat. These convenient bags might look clean, but inside them lies the slow poison that silently ages your body from the inside out. That's where we go next. Mistake UO6, consuming store-bought salted or flavored seeds. If you're buying those shiny packets of roasted pumpkin seeds from the store, the ones that say sea salted, barbecue, or honey roasted, I have some bad news. Those healthy convenience packs may be doing far more harm than good. What looks like a simple snack often hides a cocktail of ingredients that silently drain your energy, stiffen your joints, and age your organs faster than time itself. Here's what's really inside most store-bought pumpkin seeds: refined oils, preservatives, flavor enhancers, and excess sodium, all ingredients that distort the natural chemistry of the seed. Let's start with the oils. To extend shelf life, manufacturers roast these seeds in cheap industrial oils like soybean or canola oil. These oils are already high in omega-6 fats, and when heated for packaging, they oxidize even further, producing toxic aldehydes, compounds linked to inflammation, memory loss, and arterial damage. When you eat these, you're not just snacking, you're fueling microscopic fires inside your body that your liver has to extinguish again and again. Then comes the salt. You might think it's just a pinch, but one serving can have more sodium than a small bag of chips. For adults over 60, excess sodium doesn't just affect blood pressure. It dehydrates cells, strains the kidneys, and disrupts the delicate balance of electrolytes your heart depends on. You may not feel it instantly, but over time it manifests as fatigue, swelling, or brain fog, signs of a body quietly struggling to stay balanced. And the preservatives? Compounds like BHA, BHT, or citric acid are often added to maintain freshness. But what they really do is stress the liver, your body's chemical processing plant. The more it works to neutralize these additives, the less energy it has left for detoxifying hormones or regulating metabolism. That's why so many people say, I eat healthy, but I still feel toxic. They're unknowingly consuming chemicals that cancel out their healthy efforts. Even the sweet or spicy versions can be worse. Artificial flavorings and sugars cause blood sugar spikes, leading to inflammation and increased oxidative stress. Combine that with the oxidized oils and salt, and you've got the perfect trifecta of hidden harm disguised as health. If you truly want to enjoy the benefits of pumpkin seeds, buy them raw and organic, soak them overnight, and roast gently yourself. It takes minutes but saves you years of inflammation. When you make them at home, you control the oils, the temperature, and the purity, everything that actually makes them a healing food again. But there's still one more silent problem, one that even homemade enthusiasts overlook. You can fix the oil, the salt, and the roasting method and still create an imbalance deep inside your body that leads to fatigue, mood changes, and even weakened immunity. It's not about what's added, it's about what's missing. And that brings us to mistake 7th, ignoring mineral imbalance, the zinc versus copper conflict. You've probably heard that pumpkin seeds are one of the best natural sources of zinc, and that's absolutely true. But here's the part that almost no one talks about. Zinc never works alone. In the body, it has a lifelong partner, copper, and when one of them dominates, the other begins to fade. This is the hidden mineral tug of war that many people lose without ever realizing it. Pumpkin seeds are remarkably high in zinc. That's great for the immune system, hair, skin, and hormone production. But if you eat them regularly, especially in large amounts or alongside zinc supplements, you can quietly tip your internal chemistry out of balance. Why? Because zinc and copper compete for the same absorption pathways in your gut. When zinc goes up too high, copper gets pushed down, and that imbalance can trigger a series of reactions that slowly weaken your body from the inside out. Copper isn't the villain it's often made out to be. In fact, your body needs it to make red blood cells, maintain collagen elasticity, and activate antioxidant enzymes like superoxide dismutase, one of your strongest defenses against aging. But with too much zinc and not enough copper, you start noticing subtle symptoms: chronic fatigue, lightheadedness, pale skin, brain fog, and even mood swings. Some people report losing their emotional spark, feeling detached, anxious, or numb, all because their nervous system is starving for copper-dependent enzymes that help regulate dopamine and serotonin. This imbalance becomes even more dangerous after 60 because nutrient absorption naturally declines and the liver's mineral reserves shrink. So even if your diet seems balanced on paper, your cells may still be starving for the trace minerals that keep your body running smoothly. Over time, this imbalance weakens the immune system, disrupts thyroid function, and accelerates the visible signs of aging: brittle hair, fragile nails, and slower wound healing. Now here's where it gets more concerning. The immune cells in your thymus gland, your body's defense headquarters, rely heavily on both zinc and copper for activation. When zinc dominates unchecked, those cells lose coordination, just like soldiers waiting for orders that never come. And that can make you more vulnerable to infections or slow recovery from illness, even while you're eating healthy. The fix isn't to stop zinc-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, but to restore mineral harmony. The ideal ratio is roughly 10% 10 parts zinc to 1 part copper. That means if you eat pumpkin seeds regularly, pair them with copper-containing foods like sesame seeds, dark chocolate, or a small portion of shellfish once or twice a week. Because when these two minerals are balanced, they become one of your greatest defenses against premature aging and oxidative stress. But when they're not, they quietly chip away at your strength from within. And even when you get this balance right, there's one final mistake that most people overlook: the timing of when they eat these seeds. A habit so small that it seems harmless, yet it disrupts your sleep, your hormones, and even your brain's nightly repair cycle. Let's talk about mistake 8, eating pumpkin seeds too late in the day. It's evening, you're watching TV or scrolling on your phone, and you reach for a handful of pumpkin seeds, thinking it's the healthiest late-night snack you could choose. No sugar, no junk, no guilt. But here's the catch. What seems harmless might be silently sabotaging one of your body's most critical healing processes: your nighttime repair cycle. Pumpkin seeds contain unique amino acids like tryptophan, which your body converts into serotonin and later melatonin, hormones that regulate sleep and mood. In theory, that sounds good. But in practice, for adults over 60, digestion and hormone conversion slow dramatically. Eating pumpkin seeds too close to bedtime can disrupt this delicate rhythm. Instead of boosting your rest, it can actually delay melatonin release, confuse your circadian rhythm, and leave you tossing and turning through the night. Here's why. Pumpkin seeds are also dense with protein and fat, which takes several hours to digest. When eaten late, your digestive system stays active long past the time your body is supposed to shut down for repair. This slows your growth hormone release, the very process that rebuilds tissues, regenerates cells, and supports muscle maintenance, all of which naturally decline with age. So while your body should be healing, it's busy breaking down food instead. Many people over 60 notice this pattern without realizing it. They wake up tired even after a full night's sleep. Their joints feel stiff, their mind foggy, their energy low. They assume it's just getting older. But in truth, it's the result of disrupted recovery, caused by late night eating of even the healthiest foods. There's another layer to this: magnesium. Pumpkin seeds are loaded with it, which is good, but magnesium is a muscle relaxant and nerve calming mineral. Taken too late, it can alter neurotransmitter activity, leading to that drowsy but restless state. Your body is calm, but your mind won't fully shut off. Combine that with slowed digestion, and your sleep becomes shallow, fragmented, and unrefreshing. The solution is simple yet powerful: timing. Eat your pumpkin seeds during daylight hours, ideally before 5 p.m. This gives your body time to digest, absorb, and store nutrients efficiently while keeping your hormonal cycles intact. If you crave a nighttime snack, choose something light and easily digestible, like a few slices of avocado or a warm, magnesium-rich herbal tea. Because after 60, your nighttime hours are sacred. They're when your body repairs DNA damage, restores muscle fibers, and detoxifies the brain. And when you interfere with that rhythm, you're not just losing sleep, you're losing longevity itself. So the next time you reach for that handful of seeds before bed, remember, the goal isn't just to eat healthy foods, it's to use them wisely. And when you combine all 8 of these corrections, soaking your seeds, roasting gently, eating them in balance, minding your portions, avoiding poor combinations, skipping store-bought additives, balancing minerals and timing them right, you'll feel the shift. Your digestion lightens, your energy steadies, and your immune system begins to act younger than your age. Because true nutrition isn't about what you eat, it's about how your body receives it. So now you know. The truth about pumpkin seeds isn't found on the packaging or the healthy living blogs. It's in the details, the small decisions that quietly shape your health over time. You see, the body doesn't age overnight. It ages by repetition, by the little mistakes we make every day without